Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session on a Monday. I hope y'all are doing well. We have had an eventful week, and I'll get into that in a moment. As you can tell by the title, yes, we are in need of prayers right now. Again, I'll get into that in a second. As far as the journal goes, this is my pencil board that I made. And what this does is, if stuff is pluffy, back here, I can put this in here and have a flat surface to write on. So I've been enjoying using that. I have been able to come in here and do some journaling. Now, I have been kind of working my way backward. I think when I came in here the other day, I was on I was on this page here, is the last time I was in here, which was Sunday last week. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't been really in here all that much. I don't think. I'm not really sure. I might have done this. I don't know. The whole week has been a blur, I just have to say. So I have been coming back in here. That's the main point. I have been coming back in here and working my way backwards. So doing all the journaling. So I haven't done Father's Day yet. Yeah, this is Father's Day. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me just tell you, of course, because... Oh, I'm going to need to do something with that. Because I get new subscribers all the time. So, this is my June 2025 Creative Daily Journal. What I do in here is I document my everyday life, no matter how exciting, no matter how boring, no matter whatever's going on, I like to document it. I have been doing this since 2015, I would say. So yeah, about the last 10 years, and I really, really enjoy keeping track of what's been going on. So anyhow, what I've been using for the past several years, for the past couple years anyway, I've been using a white mailing envelope folded in half. I simply paint the background. One of y'all asked me if I would do a video on, showing you how I do these backgrounds. I would love to, but right now life is a little bit busy right now. So yeah, I hope to do that as soon as I can for you. I sew in one signature with embroidery floss, a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I put a loop up here to add a lobster claw with a dangle. Sometimes I decorate the front, sometimes I don't. Sometimes they're just plain. I like doing the envelopes because they're just super simple. I have an abundance of them and I want to use what I have. And yes, for me, they just make the perfect size journal. They end up being 6 by 9, and that way you can just take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, fold it in half, and you're good to go, right? Yeah, so it's just a very simple, quick, easy way to make a journal. Now, in this particular journal, I only use 8 pages. Usually I use 16 pages, which gives me enough room to have a double layout for one day. In this particular journal, I only used 1 page per day, which means I had 8 pages, okay, half of 16 folded in half. So I hope all that makes sense. Anyway, I've not gotten to the front because, like I said, I started like back here in the month and I've worked my way backwards. So I just haven't gotten to this part yet. This is where I left off. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun working in this journal anyway. And yeah. So if you're wondering, just so you know, because people ask me, if you're wondering, my days of the week come from Sweet Brooke at Recreations by Brooke. Let me write her down. And then the numbers right here come from Melissa at Messy Creates. And I've been trying to really use up stuff from my bin, which you would have seen, my bit box, which you would have seen a couple weeks ago in a video. This right here comes from Pocket Journal Pam. Yeah, and everything else, or a lot of everything else, comes from my bit box. Either my bit box or, excuse the reach, I do keep some of the more frequent things that I use, like we are at Walmart once a week, we are at Publix once a week. Those are things that, you know, that we do on the regular. And I've been riding my exercise bike every day. And so I keep back in here, you know, I keep things that happen on a regular basis. Little icons that like little Remington, vacuums. When I film, all the, see here, when we go to Dollar Tree, Publix, I just, there's my bicycle thing. So I keep those kind of icon things in here, or clip art, I guess. I keep those kinds of clip art in here because I use them quite frequently. So there's, I think, the lowdown on all of that. Yes, so let's get back to our week. So, yes, this week was pretty eventful, I have to say. Okay, let's get just down to it and why we need prayers. Because our beautiful, beautiful granddaughter was born she was born on Friday. She was born on Friday the 27th at about 3 in the morning. Very shortly after her birth, she was admitted to the NICU. And yes, she is still there. I won't go into all the details because, you know, that's personal for my son. And I want to, you know, what's it called? Respect. Yes, I want to respect their privacy. So I would really appreciate some prayers, if you don't mind, for our sweet little butterfly. Yes, as she continues to heal. Yes, it's been a time. It's been very emotional. It's, yeah. My husband and I, we have seen her. She is absolutely gorgeous. And, yeah, she's just beautiful. And, so we did have the opportunity. It's such a blessing. We did have the opportunity to go and see her, be with her, touch her, kiss her, tell her that we love her. My husband has been praying over her and our son, you know, because they can only allow one visitor back there with the parent at the time. So yes, my husband has been laying hands on her and praying over her along with my son. And yeah, so we've been going up there pretty much every day. And let's see, Mama is doing really well physically. Physically, she is doing really, really well. So we are so thankful for that. And I did sit in here and I did, you know, her page, obviously I have them covered up, you know, for privacy reasons, but I sat in here one day when we got back from the hospital and I made up this page and I love the way that it came out. This right here, it says, I can't wait for the day my babies have babies, not because I want time to speed up, but because I want them to feel this. And when they look at their child, the way I look at them, I hope it clicks. I hope they think this is how much she loved me. Oh my goodness. So this page was, I wish I did show you guys how I did it, but because I really, really love the way it turned out. And it's very interactive. Now, the original page, right, that was in the book was this one. Let me see if I can even find it. Was this one actually back here? See how small it is? Yeah. So I had to figure out a way to put all the stuff in there and on there that I wanted to put. So I did this like accordion type of thing, right? This right here is where I'll put like, I'll list her weight and how long she was and all that, how long she is, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Let me see. So what I did was the page, I think you can see it, well, kind of. This page was, it cut off here, right? So what I did was I took this very long piece, you know, of, you can see most of it, long piece of scrapbook paper, of course with butterflies on it, and I accordion folded it with the size to fit over here. And then what I did in here, if you can see, I have a tag in here. What I did was I put gussets on the side right here. I measured it out and everything and put gussets on the side so that I'd have a little bit more space to put the tag. This is where I'll do my journaling. Here's a picture of our sweet baby girl. And then I folded it this way, right, back on itself, and found this little butterfly I received in Happy Mail a long while ago. Had this in my stash. And so, yeah, I think it just, and it opens like that. So I think it just came out super cute. And then this is the previous page here. And then this is what happened, right? So let me make sure you're just situated. Okay. So then this happened. Let me see if I can pull this out of here. Right, see if, I don't know if you can notice, but right here is where the page ended, right? And so I put the gussets down these two sides. I did not put anything in the bottom. I ended up gluing that shut. But I wanted the pocket to have a little bit more space in it. And then this is what happened on the way home. Yes, on the way home. Crunch. We were in a 4-car collision. Oh my heavens. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. But thank the Lord, everyone was okay. We were fine. All the other people were fine. What ended up happening was it was raining, so the roads were a little bit slick, but it happened in an intersection. So my husband and I, we'll just use these little butterflies as the intersection. My husband was here. We were traveling this way, south. And there was another car behind us, and then there was another car over here in this lane, right? So then there was another car here, a truck over here that was fixing to go across the intersection. So over here, I believe there are 3 lanes possibly. There's one to go left, you know, to go this way. There's one to go straight across, and then there's one to go right, I believe. And of course there's lead lights and lag lights and all that kind of stuff too. And then over here where we were, there are 2 lanes that turn left, and then there are 2 lanes that go straight. And so this guy was over here, and the lead light to turn right or left, I don't know which one it was, but the going straight light was red. Okay. So he saw the lead light turn green, and his brain just went, oh, the light's green, I'm gonna go, right? We were driving this way going 45 miles an hour, okay? So we're driving this way. The 2 lanes over here that turn left this way, they were stopped, right? So he couldn't see, he wouldn't have been able to see that cars were still continuing to move south, right? Anyway, bottom line is he went through a red light, okay? So what I'm assuming is once he saw the green light, it registered that, oh, the light's green. But of course it wasn't. That was just the lead light. And this is his story, by the way. So, which is in fact what happened. So he starts to go across. I think what ended up happening is as soon as he saw that there was traffic continuing to move south, he kind of sped up to get across. Well, when he went this way in front of us, my husband slammed on his brakes. He was standing on them. And we had just about come to a stop before we hit the side of his truck. And then the car that was behind us was this big old, you know, white pickup truck, you know, like a country pickup truck. He swerved this way into this lane, sideswiping the lady that was in this lane already. So he kind of, you know, went up between us, but as he did that, he left a side swipe from back to front on her car, the poor woman. So anyway, we all moved off to the side of the road. The police officers were there within 5 minutes, probably less. Within about a minute after that, we had fire, rescue, ambulance, all the things. I don't believe anybody was injured in the accident. Yeah, and so when the sheriff came up and he said, okay, somebody needs to tell me what happened, the original guy in the truck over here, he said, it's all my fault. He said, and he explained what I just explained to you. So, it all turned out, okay. It's basically just, it's an inconvenience. Our car is still drivable, it's not crunched or totaled or anything like that. So we're so thankful and so grateful for that. But yeah, that was a little hiccup on the day our little precious butterfly was born. Gosh. Ugh. But anyhow, yes, we have much to be thankful for, and so it's all good. And then coming up this week, I think it is this week, Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Wednesday, my daughter, my husband, and I travel for my husband to have surgery to get his intrathecal pump removed. So he's going to get his pain pump removed. Yeah, so we're going to go down there the day before, spend the night, take him early in the morning for surgery. It's outpatient surgery, thank the Lord. And so once he's done in recovery and all that, we will swing by, pick him up, and come right back home. So there's the lowdown on what's happening. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and then, oh gosh. So we had to give our driver's licenses and all this other stuff, right? And so she hands back, the accident investigator hands back my husband's driver's license and tells him, did you know your driver's license isn't valid? And my husband was like, what are you talking about? So he's thinking back and forth, like, what could have happened? We haven't had an accident. We haven't had tickets in, a very, very long time. And so we finally realized when my daughter when my daughter bought her new car a couple months back, she still has her old car with the old tag. And so that tag has always been registered under my husband's name. Well, you only have a certain amount of time. Anyway, long story short, my husband misread the paper when they sent it to us. And yeah, so he's been driving on an invalid license. Gosh. Ugh. So anyhow, I'll put that away later. So in better news, we have had some rain, so that's great. It still has been hot as the hinges of Hades here when it's not raining and super humid. My garden, I still go out there and check it every day, but I haven't really been paying all that much attention to it the last couple days because we've had some other much more important things on our mind. So it's just kind of letting nature take over, especially since it's been raining here, so I haven't had to go out there and water it or anything like that. So that is the end of this video. I have not worked on anything else. I am considering, this is the sweet little journal that Maritz made for me and sent to me, and I just love it ever so much. I might go ahead and make this my July journal. I'm not really sure yet. It is a beautiful cloth with butterflies on it and for our sweet little girl. And so it has the Lord's Prayer right in front of it. And I have not sewn this in yet, but it would work perfectly, right? So I'll have to decide on that. In a few days, in fact, because I cannot believe it. We are almost done. This week starts July, for crying out loud. It's craziness. Yeah, so I have a couple more pages in here to do for the end of the month. And then, and I have a couple pages here in fact, just these 3 pages here. Yep, to decorate the last part of the month, and then fill in all the journaling. So I'm doing okay with my journaling. So if y'all could keep our precious little butterfly in prayer, as well as her dad and mom, my son and my beautiful daughter-in-law. I'd really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll leave y'all to it. And I will thank you so much for spending your time with me. I know, trust me, I know how precious time is. So I really appreciate that you choose to spend your time with me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week, a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.